What's going on, team? Welcome to your mobility class. Mobility for me, I always say, equals possibility, all right? So the range that you have at each joint and between each joint allows you to do the things that you're able to do. So if you want to be able to move more dynamically and express yourself more, people often turn to strength, fitness, and everything like that, which is fantastic, but you're never improving the capacity within the space that you have. So you can only move with the mobility that you currently own. So sessions like this are designed to increase the space that you have so you're able to do cool stuff through that space. All right, mobility equals possibility. We are gonna hit mainly sort of hip, hammies, and adductors today, but we're gonna start by moving through our spine. Bring yourself onto a tabletop position or 4-point. And I want us to move through some cat-cow. Tuck your hips away from you into what's called an anterior tilt. Now, my favorite way to teach this, imagine there's a marble on your lower back and you're trying to catch that marble. Now pull your shoulder blades back and towards one another and try and pull your chest through. Bring your chest further forward than you think and look forwards. Now tuck your hips underneath you, allowing that marble to fall down your bum. Tuck your chin, push and round through that hood. Scapular protraction. Now coming back away, untuck from the hip. Pull the shoulder blades back, roll through. And again, pull that chest further forward than you think. Beautiful. Now that you've got that movement, try and roll through it and try and just think about moving wherever you're sticky. All right, people get a little bit obsessed with doing things perfectly through these. We're all different, all right? So you've got to find the shape and find the movement that you need. Rolling through the spine one vertebrae at a time, that's called spinal segmentation. So you're trying to have control of each part of your spine. Just for another 20 seconds, if you want to move into the sides of your body and come into some sort of barrel rolls, feel free to. If you want to roll forward further over your wrists, tuck. If you want to move a little bit quicker, do so. But think about this. Whenever you're doing your cat-cows, think about that spinal segmentation. What the hips are doing, is that marble in or is it down? And what are your shoulder blades doing? Back and down, retraction, open and out, protraction. Beautiful. We're going to take this into what I call a SID stretch. You're going to walk your hands forwards and drop your chest down towards the mat and look forwards. I call this SID because if you've watched Toy Story, the teenager who bullies the toys, he always sleeps like this, all right? If it's not enough for you, take your knees a little bit further back and try and drop your chest a bit further forward. Trying to create that arc in your spine. Take a few breaths in and out of the nose. When it comes to mobility, your breath plays a massive role. You want to calm your nervous system down and tell your nervous system you're okay to move. We can do that through nasal breathing and through calm inhales and exhales. I won't cue the breath an awful lot, but know that it's there as your tool. We're in here for another 5, for another 3, 2, 1. Start bringing the hands back towards the front of the mat and push your bum back over your heels, child's pose. We're going to take a kneeling wave. Start lifting your bum off of your heels, push like the top of the cat-cow, rolling yourself forwards, pull your hips down towards the mat, retract the shoulder blades, lift the chest like the top of that cat-cow. Retracting, making your collarbones as wide as possible. Tuck your chin, separate, find that protraction, push forward, push backwards, bum comes to heels, roll down. Excellent, give me 2 more. Hug the hips underneath you, round out the spine. Squeeze the bum now, retract shoulder blades, push the chest. If you want a bit more, press into the tops of your feet, elevate the hips. Roll forward, big lift. Good, let the knees come down, tuck the chin, roll and wave it back. One more time. Roll it through. If you want more, press down into the tops of the feet, elevate the thighs, retract, find that position. And set them down, roll back. As soon as your bum hits your heel, step your right foot forward outside your right hand. Just take a few rocks and explore this space. See where you're at, find space, explore space. Excellent. From here, we're going to take some lizard walkouts. You're going to walk your hands forwards, trying to drop your right shoulder down inside your right shin. Keep walking them forwards, and then walk them back in. Push into the hands, open, proud lizard. If you want to become active in this, dig your left toe in, elevate the back foot, walk it out and active, and you're pushing to extend through that back leg to get more through that left hip flexor. All the while trying to drag our right shoulder down inside our right shin. Reach forwards, Walk the hands back in, push into the hands, push chest big, proud lizard. You can have that knee down, remember? Walking forwards. Using your breath, a few more rounds. Option to try and step your right foot a little bit further forwards now. Get a little bit deeper into space. You can also point your toes off to the right ever so slightly. Beautiful. You're going to give me one more rep wherever you're at. Once you get back to that proud lizard, drop the left knee as if it's been elevated. Bring yourself up to halfway kneeling. Think about that position where the marble rolled down your bum, so that posterior tilt. Try and find it, hug it in, tucking that belly through. Squeeze your left butt cheek and drive it forwards. Trying to create this tension through the front side of our left hip. Imagine trying to drag your left knee forward on the mat. So you're creating this space, but you're not dumping into your lower back. Just staying in here for about another 10. Think about pressing down into that left knee and dragging it forwards. So if your mat wasn't sticky, you'd slide through. Keep tucking this hip, keep this engagement through your left glute. We're going to do some cactus waves. Beautiful. From here, reach forward, allow your hips to come forwards, reach forwards. Keep squeezing that left hip forward. Try not to leave where it is. Start putting your elbows back together. Open your chest, pull yourself big, but keep dragging that left hip forward. Good. Reach. Cactus. Pull open. Pull those arms back. Retract the shoulder blades. Pull them towards one another. Good. Pistol reach forwards. Cactus to open. Pistol reach forwards. Cactus to open. Give me one more time. Instead of a cactus this time, reach both the hands over your head. Keep dragging that hip forward. Reach and stay tall. Beautiful. For another 5. You're going to bring your hands down either side of your right leg. 2, 1. Bring your hands down either side of your right leg. If you have bricks, like I've got over here, you can place them either side of this right foot here to give you a little bit of help to elevate the hands. All right? From there, you're going to rock back, pull the toe towards you, search your chest forwards, rock back forwards. Rock back forwards. Beautiful. Couple more. Coming from sprinter position into hamstring fold. Keep greasing that groove. We're going to take a longer hamstring stretch in a moment. For another 4, 3, 2, 1. Next time you settle back, either stay here or drop all the way onto that rear heel and search your chest forwards. If this is impossible, bring yourself up, step your right foot slightly further forwards and search your chest forward. Again, if you have those bricks, you can place your hands onto them here, setting them at heights that work for you. Don't be competitive on shape. You can also bend your knees slightly, all right? If you're still set back into this position, keep searching your chest. We're going to take some active folds in a moment, so everyone's going to come into the position that I was just explaining, that upright position in 5, 3, 2, 1. Everyone be into this upright position, right heel forward, toes pulling towards you. You can have a little bend in this right knee if you need to. If you've got a sensitive left knee, double fold the mat so you have a bit more padding, or put a pillow under it. Chest searching forwards to big toe. Nose searching past it. Pull back up. This is an active hamstring fold. Searching, pull back up. So we're actually recruiting isometrically through this hamstring, creating tension in our end range. And that's a lot of what mobility training is. It's strength in our end ranges. And once we build strength there, and we tell our nervous system we're safe there, our body will allow us to fall into those shapes more regularly. We can find these shapes by moving dynamically. We can find them moving passively and expressing. Next time you fold forward, you're going to stay, search, fold, place the hands down towards the floor or to the bricks. Keep searching it forwards, driving that chest, try not to round into your spine, search it forwards. Use your breath, see if you can control that chest a little bit further forwards. Give me one more breath, then option to stay here or option to come into some compression lift-offs. Your bricks might be important here. Look to me. I'm going to take my hands back slightly. I'm going to come onto my fists, and what I'm going to try and do is lift my right leg up and bring it back down. Lift my right leg up, take it back down. If you have bricks, you can set it higher, and that's going to allow you to lift that leg higher. You should feel it in your core and your hip flexor. Give it a go. If it's not for you, stay in the fold. Keep going with it. I'm going to show you what it would look like with the bricks. From here, the bricks allow my spine to be a bit taller, and I can lift a bit higher. Next time you lift up, hold. Hold it for 5, for 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Set it down. Bring yourself back forward. If you have those bricks, step them to the side slightly. Dig that left foot into the floor. Turn to your left, find a wide straddle. If you need the brick, you can place it on the floor to raise it. We're going to spend 45 seconds in this position breathing. You're going to try and settle your legs a little bit wider throughout that 45. Option. If you want to use this class to decompress and relax, just stay in here, explore the position and try and get wider. If you want to be a bit more active and find some more shape, you're going to lift your hands off the floor and try and punch your fingers between your feet, keeping a straight spine. You're going to punch them and search. These little rebounds. If you just want to settle. You can come to forearms. You can come down to your head if you need to. If you're bouncing, stop. Come back to this position for another 15. For another 5. I'm going to turn towards my left foot here, but if your mat is facing parallel to the screen, you can just turn back and set your left foot outside your left hand. I'm going to turn to my left here and drop my right knee to the floor. I'm back in my lizard position, doing things on the other side. So from here, I'm going to walk my hands forwards, long lizard, allowing my left shoulder to drop down inside my left shin, walking them forwards, dropping low. And then I'm going to walk my hands back in, press into the hands, lift, elevate the chest. If you want to be more active, elevate that back knee off the floor and then come forwards. Walk them in. Can you get a bit lower? Can you search your chest a bit longer? Walk the hands back in, push the floor, open chest, proud lizard. Dropping that right hip down. In your own time. What shapes can you find? Remember, you can be passive with that back knee. Depends what sort of sensation you're looking for tonight and what stage of your mobility journey you are in. This is your final rep. Beautiful. Drop that back knee if it's not already dropped. Pull yourself up into halfway kneeling. Find that posterior tilt, so tuck your hips underneath you. Squeeze through that right glute. Drive forward slightly. Press the right knee down into the floor and imagine dragging it forwards. Beautiful job. Keep engaged through it. Keep pulling through for another 10. I'm going to take those pistol to cactus reach in 5, 3, 2, 1. Reach forward, drive this hip forward. Now keep drawing this right hip forward as you pull your shoulders together. Find that extension through your spine, chest to the ceiling. Drag your hip forward. Good. Pistol reach. Open. Beautiful. Give me 2 more. 1 more. Reach forward 1 more time. Drag that right hip forward. Elevate the arms towards the sky. Reach out the top of the arms. Press that right hip forward. Don't dump into your lower back. Keep hugging that hip underneath you. Driving it for 5, 3, 2, 1. You're going to bring your hands either side of that left foot. Rock back into hamstring. Rock forward into sprinter. If you know you're going to need them, find your bricks. Place them either side of that left foot. Rock back and rock forwards. Next time you come back, stay back. Maybe you can bring your bum all the way to your heel, or maybe you stay in here. If it's uncomfortable, pull yourself taller. Step that left leg in front of you. Drop forward, and remember you can use these bricks or books or whatever you've got to increase the height from the floor. Little bend in that left knee if you need it. We're just folding. Maybe you're all the way back. Maybe you're dropping your chest forwards, searching nice and long. Another 10 seconds wherever you are, and we're going to come into those active folds. 3, 2, 1. Pull yourself up to that upright kneeling. You can use your bricks here if you need them. Actively fold your chest forwards. Bring yourself back up. Fold the chest forwards. Chest searching past toes. Nose long. No rounding in your spine. Take that little bend in your left knee if you need it. It's a myth that you need to have straight legs to get more space in your hamstring, gang. You can do so with that bend in your knee. Keep searching. Give me 2 more. Give me 1 more, fold and hold. Good, you can use your bricks. Try not to round your spine, folding in that end position. Bend the left knee a little bit more if you need to. If you don't need the bricks, place your hands down towards the floor, but don't compromise that spine position. Two more breaths, and then you're either going to stay in this stretch or you're going to come into those compression lift-offs. I'm going to coach the lift-offs. By all means, stay in this position and don't lose it. All right, if you want the compressions, bring your hands back, maybe come to fists if you've got it, and try and lift and back down. Otherwise, place your hands on bricks and set them at a height that works for you. This is hip flexion you're working on. I know it doesn't look like a flexibility drill or anything, but this is mobility. This is end range strengthening. You're increasing the range at which you can lift your hip, and that's called hip flexion, which is vital for walking, running, squatting, all basic human movements. If you are doing the lifts, next time you lift, lift and hold. If you're staying in the stretch, keep breathing. For 3, 2, 1. Everyone, drop forward towards that left foot, and then turn your feet to the right, straddle. Don't worry if you're not facing the camera. Back in our straddle position for 45 seconds. Option, find active reaches. Chest is big, spine is long, or dropping in. Remember, it's completely down to what you're wanting from this evening's session. This evening, I'm saying that because I'm filming it in the evening. You might be doing it in the morning. Who knows? Can you tempt those feet a little bit wider? Play around with if your body weight is forward or if your body weight is backwards. If you're doing the bounces, make sure you come away from them and come join us in the static for another 10. For another 5. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. From here, I'm going to tuck my right foot underneath me and sit on my right hip. But you just find this position however which way you want to. So what I've got here is my inside of my right foot facing towards my left groin. If your knee is massively lifted off the floor here, shuffle your leg a bit away from you, or just pop a brick underneath it. You can also close this left leg in to find that space. We're going to take some lateral folds over this side. I want you to imagine like a ballet dancer with this tall chest. Rotate over your right knee from here, and then with your right arm, reach as far as you can over your left foot and come back up. Reach, come back up. Reach, come back up. If you want a bit more, both arms. Now the temptation is to rotate and fold down. That's not what we're after. We're looking to fold sideways. Give me 2 more. 1 more. Now permission to rotate and take your chest over that left leg. Fold it forwards. Option to grab the back of your leg and pull through. If you can grab the back of your foot, do. If you still want more, you can use your brick, place it behind that left foot and pull yourself in. Those lateral folds are amazing for a part of your body called your QL. Big sort of sheet across your glute and your spine. That's where a lot of back pain comes from, and a lot of reasons why glutes don't fire properly. So it's a mega thing. Fixing your QL through the lateral line fixes so much stuff. Come out of that stretch. We're coming back into those folds one more time. Rotate the chest slightly towards the right. One arm or both arms elevate In and away. Beautiful, giving me 2 more. You're gonna hold at the bottom. 1 more. Hold at the bottom. If you wanna be active, reach your hands out and stay here. If you wanna be slightly more passive, take your left hand under your left leg and reach out of your right arm. Don't collapse onto this foot. I see everyone do this stretch, sort of half looking under their armpit. Rotate more and reach past your foot. For another 5, 3, 2, 1. Great job. Pull yourself up. Pull your right leg to open. And you're going to find a pancake stretch. Now, unless you have a ton of space in your hips, which even I'm quite mobile, pancakes aren't my best friend, sit yourself on your brick. Elevate those hips. And now imagine letting your hips roll into that anterior tilt. So tucking and rolling forwards. All right. Separate the legs and try and search your chest forwards and back up. Forwards and back up. We've got 20 to do. Search, back up. Search, back up. Don't worry if there's small movements here, right? Try and avoid rounding into that spine. Tuck your hips through. If it's impossible, bend your knees slightly and pull them tighter and search the chest through. Once you're done 20, you fold and hold. Once you've done your 20, fold in whatever position feels good for you. Maybe you find your forearms. Maybe you can search a little bit further forward. You can reach your hands forwards as well. Keep breathing. Give me 3 rounds of breath in through the nose and out of the nose. Beautiful, bring yourself back upright. Option, another 20 drops. Option if you want more, take your arms above your head, but keep your chest long. Search and back up. 20 of these is incredibly tough going. So if you're new to your mobility journey, maybe only give me 5 to 10. Or just stay with those reaches. Remember, here is fine. Trying not to round into that upper back. Whenever you do finish your 20, back into that fold. Keep going if you're still going. If you feel like you've had enough, you've had enough. Come back into your fold. Maybe you can find a bit more space. Give me 2 more breaths. Use that exhale to tell your nervous system you're okay. And on your next exhale, pull yourself up. Take your bum away from that block. Now pull your left foot inside your right groin. Gang, we have got about 3 more positions to do, okay? So we're doing exactly what we did on the other side. Remember, if you're this person where your knee is kicked up, either shuffle the foot slightly or set bricks here underneath your knee, okay? Otherwise, rotate your chest towards that left knee. Arms above your head, either 2 or 1, folding, chest big. Lateral fold. We're trying to get this big sheet of muscle here. All right, we're trying to get into that space. Give me 2 more, and then you can rotate towards that right leg. Good, you can rotate towards it. If you don't have the hamstring space, bend this knee, fold forwards. If it's completely impossible, you can straighten your left leg for this position, but try and stay with it. Folding forwards, chest to thigh, belly to thigh, chest to toes. Again, if you want a bit more, grab your brick, take it behind that foot, find that space. For some reason, people get really competitive with mobility, but if it's not something you've prioritized in your training, don't expect to be great at it. And don't feel bad if you're not. You're functioning at the moment as a human, all right? You're training as a human, so don't judge yourself too heavily. Just know that it's a journey and it's going to serve you to improve everything. But it's not this like, oh, I can't do it, so I don't do it. You start somewhere, you make the shapes that you can make, and you just search for that space. And over time, you improve. Trust me, I was a broken retired rugby player who couldn't go anywhere near touching his toes. One more time on these lateral falls. Arms up and drop. 3 more, you fold and hold. Remember, you can either double fist or take the hand underneath. Really rotate that spine and reach. It's probably your next one. Maybe put your hand underneath. Reach, chest big. If you want more, punch those hands out, but keep this rotation, don't drop in. Keep reaching for another 7, 5, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. 2 more positions to do. This one, I call it the frog stretch. This is a do as I say and not as I do, because my hips hate this one, all right? If you want more on this position, you can put bricks underneath your knees, and that's gonna elevate your hips slightly. But basically, take your knees as wide as they will go, all right? Take them wide. If your knees are sore, double fold your mat, and then kick your heels out, so you can almost, from the camera, you can almost see my heel, all right? My toes are kicking wide. All right, that's going to force my hip into position. Now from this, stay on your hands, push your bum backwards. Actively press it backwards. A lot of people just collapse down. You need to push that bum backwards first and foremost. Keep the knees wide. Now before we take a passive stretch, I want you to imagine your knees could slide towards one another. So you're going to try and squeeze your knees and try and drag, almost like you're trying to create a little curve in the mat. So you're trying to pull it in so the mat would lift. Squeeze in at about 60%. Pull them, like you're trying to drag those knees towards one another. Push your bum further back whilst doing so. Squeeze in for about 80%. Keep pushing that bum back. 90. As hard as you can, squeeze those knees in. Drag them, drag them, drag them. Groins are firing. Push your bum back. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Maybe you can shift your knees a tiny bit wider. If you want to, now come down onto your forearms, but keep pushing your bum back. If you want to, adopt that spine shape that we had in that SID stretch early on, dropping the chest forward and pushing the bum back. Keep kicking those feet out. Maybe now that you've settled in, you can take your knees even wider. Bum still traveling backwards, dropping your hips towards the floor and back. If it feels good, take a few rocks back and forward, just gentle rocks. Give me one more full inhale. Full exhale. Start closing your feet towards one another at the back. Walk your hands back in. Try and pop yourself up. Might feel like you've just had hip surgery. Final position. Coming back into that wide straddle. And settle yourself. Remember, you can bring your bricks here, or if you can, bring yourself down. Maybe you can take your feet a bit wider. Maybe they were almost as wide as the mat, maybe they're now off the mat. Whatever it is, play with it. Like I said, mobility is a journey. All right? It is the foundation for all movement, though. Mobility is possibility. All right? Without it, if you want to be able to do fun things and exciting things, and for me, be able to do things for the rest of my life, that is my goal. I never want my kids to beat me in a running race, and I never want them to beat me down the slopes when I'm skiing. That is my life goal. But it's to have a say yes movement forever. And these things are going to help us get there. Add in the strength work, the stuff that's good for your ticker, and you can live healthily forever and allow yourself to say yes to everything. Slowly start bringing those feet towards one another. Leave them at hip width, fold your belly forward, let your head be heavy. Take a big inhale in, the biggest one you take today. Exhale, sigh it out like you're happy. And on your next inhale, start rolling up to stand. Take a little bend of the knee. Segment the spine. Great job, everybody. Thank you for moving with me. You might end up doing this session more than once in this program, so maybe see where you get to. But like I said, this is a journey. If it's just started for you now, look forward to all the potential that you have to come. Thank you for moving with me, and I'll catch you on the next one.